AOE King Fight News. It looks like Eddie Hearn has another Dazn announcement, or whatever you want to call it, right? You're talking about the broadcaster team, and guess what? One of the lead broadcasters, or should I say commentators, one of the lead commentators on Dazn will be Sugar Ray Leonard. So that's a very interesting figure in the world of boxing. So let's get it. E-King Fight News. More on this. Alright, so there you have it, man. One of the lead broadcasters, commentators, Sugar Ray Leonard. And he's going to be with, I think, Brian Kenny, who will be doing blow by blow. I think that may be able to work out. It all depends on their sort of chemistry together, man. Because I mean, like the thing about Brian Kenny is he's worked with a lot of different, fellow commentators in boxing. I mean, I think he commentated originally. He teamed up with Max Kellerman for the Friday Night Fights. I mean, he was always commentating in the booth for them old school ESPN Friday Night Fights, and that was the shit. That whole setup, Teddy Atlas, ringside, Max Kellerman, and Brian Kenny in the booth, that was a perfect combination for ESPN. And it was classic stuff. And they would even have bum fights, and you tune in just to hear their little news updates that they end up talking about in between the fights. So Sugar Ray Leonard, on the other hand, used to commentate for HBO in between when he was semi-retired and shit. So he used to commentate. It's not like he didn't used to commentate, but he seems to be a much older figure in the sport of boxing. But it's like George Foreman used to commentate. He used to do a ton of commentating for HBO, and then you don't really see him commentating, right? So it's similar situation here, but Sugar Ray Leonard given the job by Eddie Hearn to be one of the faces for his American broadcast team, because that's what Dazn is. It's the American version of a broadcast for all of Eddie Hearn's fights. That's all it is. And they're supposed to have some other sports involved, like I don't know. I think soccer is one of the big ones they're advertising. They have Champions League soccer. Anyways, E-King Fight News. More on this. All right, let's just take a quick look at the reaction here. It's Instagram, so there's instantaneous comments. Todd Grisham from WWE. Oh shit, one of these guys are WWE guys, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. For real? Okay, the full broadcast team is Sugar Ray Leonard, Brian Kenny, some guy Adams, Chris Mannix is involved, Todd Grisham, and the Latin snake Sergio Mora. That name Grisham was familiar. I didn't realize he worked for WWE though. So that's interesting. Hold on a second. Man, someday I'm gonna have to slap the shit out of these fucking bitches I got, man. These fucking dogs out here. Some people embracing the news, they think it's great. True great. One of them says, as long as you don't have any of them commentators on BT Sport on Sunday morning, then it'll be good. Yeah, but on here you don't get PBC or Golden Boy top rank fights. Shaking my head. I was good watching Matchroom Boxing events on Showtime or their live streams on YouTube. Most likely I'm gonna budge the $10 now because I love boxing. Okay. I mean, shit. I don't like the idea of having a WWE guy, but I have to say, you know what? Flat out, I think that's a bad call. Unless that guy is a closet boxing fan, I think it's a bad call. Because, I mean, you don't want to have a broadcaster just to be like an on-air personality, man. Like the guy has to know some shit about boxing, otherwise it's just not going to work out. And that's my concern with Sugar Ray Leonard. I never really hear his thoughts about the game. Most of the time he's on point, I gotta say. Most of the time he is on point. And he understands, you know, he was an A-class great, and he knows what it takes to get there, right? He's the first man to beat Tommy Hearn'S. You know, that in and of itself is an insane accomplishment. You know, a lot of people think Tommy Hearn'S would knock Floyd Mayweather the fuck out. It would just knock him out. It's one of those fights where, I mean, you take an all-time great, this era's best fighter, Floyd Mayweather, and if you match him up against Tommy Hearn'S, I mean, shit. I don't see how he can win that fight, to be honest. Unless Floyd did what Sugar Ray Leonard did, was to get on the inside of Tommy Hearn'S. If he got, you know, I'm going completely off topic, but if he got on the inside of Tommy Hearn'S, got on the inside of his punches, fight him like a Ricky Hatton would. And I mean, with Floyd Mayweather's speed, I think if he implemented that kind of game plan, that would be the only way I could ever see Mayweather beating Hearn'S. And when's the last time you saw that shit? When's the last time you saw Floyd Mayweather try and fight on the inside? Huh? So, I'm just saying, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, he's a good name, but I don't know if he's a great commentator. I don't know if he's still a great commentator. I mean, at one point in time, Jim Lampley was a great blow-by-blow guy, but nowadays I can't say the same thing because he got old. He got old on the mic, and he hasn't been able to progress in terms of his views on boxing. I don't want to see old head Sugar Ray Leonard telling us about the old times in a way that's gonna, you know, not be disingenuous of you know, the fighters of today, because he could easily do that. But at the same time, we just gotta wait and see. You know, we're gonna hear him on the mic talking Anthony Joshua versus Povetkin. That's gonna be an interesting fight. So let me know what you guys think, man. E King Fight News.